At 30, it becomes 50-50, 5 and 5. At 40 miles an hour, which most people say ain't fast at all, 1 out of 10 survive. That means 9 people will die on average, and 1 out of 10 will survive. So when you talk about speed, you talk about the effects of going down the road, be mindful of what's happening here, okay? It doesn't take much. You can take somebody out at 30 miles an hour. You got a 50-50 shot. Okay? So, now, urban roads, here we go. We got the city, okay? We got buses, cars, trucks, lights, trucks, commercial trucks, delivery trucks, bicycles, motorcycles, emergency vehicles. In the city, you got everything. All right, now, when it comes to tow trucks, service vehicles, law enforcement, fire trucks, ambulances, you have to look out for them. There are specific laws, one called the move. Okay? So, emergency vehicles always have the right of way when using the lights.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that? You said one called the move?
Move over law. We're going to talk about that more Wednesday, I believe it is, in detail. But the move over law is specific to dealing with service emergency vehicles on the side of the road. Okay? Here to talk about responsibilities here. The right of way, when they have the lights on, they have the right of way. You just get out of Dodge. Okay? When an emergency vehicle is approaching from behind, a driver must move as close as possible to the edge of the road and stop until it passes. Okay? If you're going to the same direction as an emergency vehicle, you may not pass it unless it stops or you are directed to by law enforcement. Okay? If an emergency vehicle, tow truck, or other service vehicle is pulled over to the side of the road, you must either move over one lane or slow down to a safe speed. Full transparency, okay? Today, I ran a red light. I had to get to the hospital. The lady in front of me wouldn't move.
You okay, Mr. Man?
Yeah, I'm hanging in there, bro. 5 stitches.
Sheesh.
All right. So, but here's the thing, Josiah. I put my flashers on. I'm behind her. I'm not feeling well. She won't move because there's a red light. She wouldn't get out my way. I put my flashers on. She still wouldn't get out my way. I get to the red light. I go through the light. She wanted to call 911. I got to the hospital, and it was almost a miracle I made it to the hospital in time. So, emergency vehicles doesn't necessarily mean lights and sirens. If Francisco has an emergency with his daughter, he's going to be an emergency vehicle. He's throwing his flashes on. He care less what you got going on. He's got to get baby girl to the hospital. Why are you in his way? Get out the way. This is what I'm talking about, a driving community. You can't, Asha can't sit in the road and be like, well, that's a red light. I ain't moving. I'm not going nowhere. I don't want to get that ticket. I just look around like, oh, he's frantic back there. Oh, something wrong. Let me get out of his way. We're in a driving community. We have to be sensitive to everybody around us, their needs as well as ours. So they're doing the wrong thing. Maybe it's for a reason. Maybe it's because of this. Maybe it's because of Francisco's daughter. It's something different if all of a sudden Malachi's out there doing donuts in the middle of the highway. Then no, that's not an emergency. Malachi can just sit in traffic. He need to go somewhere. Okay? Now, urban driving, alleyways, the unexpected, you can't see. It's a visual problem. What do you do when you have a visual problem with a variable? Slow down, okay? You got unexpected. Garbage trucks come out alleyways and you won't see them, okay? Vehicles may unexpectedly appear and emerge onto the main roadway. They just appear out of nowhere, okay? So what do? Traffic, congestion is something you can't avoid in the city. Relax, stay calm, pay attention, stay focused, okay? This is not the time for Fiona. Where's Fiona at? Fiona, this is not the time for Fiona to be like, oh, you people, get my nerve. No, this is not the time. No, stay calm. Ooh, put some easy listening on. Put some whoever you want to listen to. All right? Put some music on. Chill out. When I always tell people, when you want to do something, do the opposite first. See how that works for you. Okay? Don't honk your horn. Don't get mad. Don't yell at others. I saw a dude do this. He was in his car yelling and screaming, and there was this guy in his little it was a yellow Honda Fit, and he was giving him the work. Okay, Isaiah, this dude was giving it to him. You know good, you can't drive. You see what I'm saying, Isaiah? He giving it to him, right, Isaiah? So he gets out of his car. Isaiah, how tall are you?
5'11".
Okay. Malachi, you told me like 5'7", right?
Yeah.
Okay. So Malachi, the dude's your height. Okay? Malachi, he giving it to him. He get out of his car, all in the dude's car. Open the door, guy steps out the Honda Fit. He is 6'6", 290 pounds, 300 pounds. This is a huge dude in his little, but because he saw this little bitty car, Malachi, he thought there'd be a little bitty dude in his car. Oh no, Malachi. Malachi, you looking up like this, Malachi. Malachi, tell everybody what that looks like to you. When you stand in front of somebody who's like 6'5", 6'6", 6'4", what does it look like to you?
A tall man, you know what I'm saying?
It's kind of intimidating, isn't it?
I'm gonna say that's a beat down right there.
I mean, because I'm asking Malachi, because Malachi is 5'7". He's the same height as this dude.
Man.
I'm 6'2". When Malachi stands in front of me, he's going to do one of these. Okay? At 6'6", Malachi stands in front of the dude like this. Do you think Malachi's going to have his mouth running? So, you don't know what you're getting into. Don't ask for it. What will a driver have to do in urban driving, city driving? Well, navigate one-way streets, navigate through complicated intersections, make right turns on red, okay? Parallel parking. These are all things you're going to have to do, but you have to know if you're allowed to do them, okay? So, what do you have to rely on? One-way streets are found in urban cities, indicate a black and white regulatory signs that show direction of traffic flow. They may also have a red do not enter or wrong way sign. So these signs are there for a reason. You have to notice signage first. It's always visually, read the road, mind the road, signage first. In the city, they think it's big fun to take down the one-way streets, signs, or put them opposite. And they will flip these signs around, and all of a sudden, if you don't pick up the do not enter sign, you're going head-on into a head-on collision. Is there a stop line there? Is there a crosswalk? What are the markings give me a clue whether I can drive on this one-way road? See, all these things are working together. Everything we talked about last week is a culmination, comes together. Okay? So you're using all this information. Intersections, multiple conflict points, places where vehicles, pedestrians, other road users may be at the same time. Conflict points pose the greatest risk for crashes. All right? Higher number of conflict points make it challenging for a driver to effectively search and evaluate all possible paths of travel. High number of conflict points make it likely that the road may change quickly and frequently. So you have to be alert because things change in a second. So you're using your eyes. So everything I told you about lesson 2, that's why I told you lesson 2 was the foundation. Color and shape. Once you know color and shape, this all becomes a lot simpler to manage. Trust me, I'm telling you as I'm sitting here today. If you commit color, you look back at that and go, okay, Mr. Mann was talking about it. We have the download, we got the workbook. I know what's going on here. If I know color and shape, majority of what I need to know is going to be solved. It's just that simple. Your dashboard, your car, color and shape. All your surroundings, your environment. The shape of a tree is a shape. Your eyes don't know it's a tree, it just knows a shape. Oh, that's what it's doing. Okay? Here's this intersection right here. How do I know how to read this intersection? Color and shape. First thing, there's nobody even there. I don't even know. I have a protected turn, I have an unprotected turn. I have dedicated lanes, and I have undedicated lanes. I have high volume of pedestrian traffic. How do I know all of that? I look here, 3 lights, red, yellow, green. This left turn is an unprotected turn. This has its own dedicated turning lane. This means also the dedicated turning lane, look, 1, 2, 3, 4, an arrow. The green arrow tells this lane when to go. which means it's a protected turn. It's regulated by the light in a dedicated space. The stop line goes halfway across the road, so it means it's two-way traffic along with the yellow lines. I've got crosswalks, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is a ladder, this is an open, this is a boundary, okay? Each one of these actually are pertaining to the volume of pedestrian traffic on average that goes through this area. This is your more, I believe, yeah, I'm correct. This is your more heavily populated pedestrian traffic. This is next, then these two. So just by looking at the shape of the crossings, I know where my pedestrian traffic is going to come from. Majority of the time. Now I look for a metro station over here. I look for a college or some big FBI important building or something like this. Then over here I got a chicken carry out, you know, or whatever. You see what I'm saying? Maybe there's a museum here. But I got high foot traffic on this up and down direction. Here, halfway across, 2 lanes separated, W line, crosswalk, and look, there's a stop line. It tells me where to stop, it tells me how to manage the intersection. And all of this is just from reading the markings and looking at the lights. Color and shape. That's all it is, color and shape. Okay? So you got here the green car. How I know what the green car can do? It's position. So now your position is going to be part of your communication tool. Where you put yourself is going to tell people what you're doing. So he's in the left lane, he goes left or straight. White car, straight or right. The orange car can only go left. So the thing you're worried about is if I'm coming here, I need to make sure I pay attention that he doesn't go 1 when he's not supposed to go. 2, he doesn't change his mind and go straight. Now, why am I worried about that? Because if he goes here, he hits the car, that car comes into me. It's a ricochet accident. So I'm worried about what he does and how he behaves because it can affect me. Okay? Left turn only. Yellow, go straight only. It's in the middle lane. That lane only goes straight. So now you can read traffic by its position. Blue, straight and right. You see what I'm saying? Left, straight. Is everybody getting what we're talking about here? Does everybody understand just how important their shape is? Okay?
Yes.
Blue, straight only. So now your position, okay, plays a part. Look at this right here. All these signage, all these signs, all these buildings. What do you think is the most important thing I'm looking at in this picture? What's my biggest risk and danger, Fiona?
Could you repeat yourself? I'm sorry, my audio just keeps on cutting out.
No problem, Alex. What is the biggest risk and danger here, Alex?
The truck.
There you go. And I just told you all the signs and everything going here. You've got this truck creates a visual problem. He's going to go slow through the intersection. He's going to back up traffic. These cars here are prone to a ricochet accident. If one of them doesn't stay focused and pay attention, slam the brakes on, they hit each other. It doesn't see the truck stop, hit the truck. Swerve, to miss the truck, hit the car on the right side. There's 2 silver cars on the right side. We're going to try to play Russian roulette and beat the truck. Now in front of them, they got a red light. They got a car there. They got a car making a left turn. If this car makes the left turn and stops before they complete the turn, it messes up the timing of these 2 cars. Now you got a big accident. And I see that before we even get across the intersection. Because I'm looking at my eyes. My eyes are telling me this is a problem. This is going to be a problem right here. Okay? I got a street sign, regulatory signs, here's my lights, recreation signs, with that parking. I got the North Central College, okay, the Riverwalk. Got all this going on over here. But yet the most important thing to look at is this truck. Also, sign, truck route, regulatory sign. Tells you all the trucks are going to be here. I got parked vehicles, lanes closed ahead of me. Again, I go from 2 lanes to 1 lane, so space is an issue. All of this at a distance. All right? Okay, so your car is back here. You want to turn this arrow down here. When do you want to start executing to get to the right lane to make this turn? When do you want to start doing this?
I mean, with like as heavy traffic as it looks like, you probably would want to merge into the right lane as soon as you can, or as soon as it's available to do safely. And then you would turn your turn signal on like 100 feet before the turn.
Okay. So, Samantha, you actually want to amend that. You want to do it ASAP. You turn your turn signal on.
Sure. Yeah.
Everything you just said, but you do it immediately.
Yeah.
Because as you start negotiating at 100 feet, you're most likely might not even make it here. If you do it. So once you get over, blinker, blinker, blinker. Once you get to the right lane, just leave your blinker on. Because by the time I can almost guarantee that by the time you get from here to 100 feet, that's where you're going to be. You might as well leave your blinker on. It's going to take you that long to get there. You think, I got all that time. No, you don't. Somebody's going to be selfish, not going to let you in. Somebody's going to say, I'm more important, and they're going to block the space, and it's going to take you about 500 more feet. See? All that's about to happen. Okay? So that's what you're gonna deal with. Again, evaluate. Look, you're the green car, you gotta know the white car. I don't want to commit. Why don't I? The white car hasn't committed. He can go to the left turn lane or he can go straight. And if that light changes, he goes straight, he's gonna T-bone me in the side of my car. So I'm looking at his position until he says he's making that left turn, and I know that he's got this light, he's gonna stay at this red light for his left turn. I'm not jumping out there. I stay right here and let him commit to what he's gonna do. Then I go right across, make sure I got my traffic, get my vision on, see pedestrians in the crosswalks. All right, I got cars coming down here from the north. I don't know who's going behind me in the south, and who's on the right of me. People go to the right, and all of a sudden they're gonna cut you off and try to speed across the road. So you got 360 degrees around you all the time, okay? Here's the blue car, same thing. Now, execution. Select the best lane of traffic. Signal if necessary. Continuously search, evaluate this safely for your course of action. Yield to pedestrians and other vehicles if necessary. Allow for appropriate following and stopping distance. Be sure to stay in your lane. Maintain your lane position. Continue to search even though you're going through the intersection. Okay? So you're constantly and consistently using your eyes and verifying and maintaining information. Okay? So you're making the right turn. First thing you do 100 feet away, put your blinker on, put your brake on. You slow down, get to this stop sign. Okay, I stop, my front bumper is not in the intersection. I can see traffic left and right. Now I'm gonna make my right turn. I'm gonna go behind this white car. So I know now I have space. I have enough space behind this white car to get my car around the corner. If I cannot, like this red car cannot turn, he's gonna be stuck in the middle of the intersection. So what do you think happens? He has to stay put. Let the motorcycle negotiate the road, do what he's gonna do. Is he gonna make the right turn? Is he gonna go straight? Is he make the left turn? I don't know. Wait for him to make his move. But the blue car looks there, everything's good. The only thing the blue car has to be worried about is somebody making a U-turn. That is always a possibility. Okay? But, okay, I don't see no reason. I make my right turn, put my blinker on. As I execute, I start to move out. My eyes go left because this is my biggest risk and danger. This is where I'm going to get hit from. Right here. I got left, I got straight. He comes next, he's hitting me inside of the car. And then I go straight. I go to the right. What I'm doing, I'm protecting this side of the car. Because that's where I'm going to get hit. That's my risk and danger. Okay? Pardon me. So, making that right turn, need to be extremely careful. Evaluate, okay? Evaluate. Look at your signage first. What does my sign say? No turn on red. Turn right, red after complete stop. Right lane only. All this is information for life. This tells you what you can and can't do. All right? Does the driver have to make a right turn on red? In Maryland, does the driver have to make a right turn on red?
I say yes. I say yes. It depends. If it said you can turn, you can't to the right. But if it said not, you shouldn't.
So in Maryland, it goes back to your default. In Maryland, the default is you can turn right on red. As long as it doesn't tell you to.
Right.
You see, you can't, the default is no right turn on red. So the signs are all taken down. There are no signs that say no right turn on red. Because the default is in DC, if the light's red, you cannot turn right. In Massachusetts and Boston, I believe, Miss Loretta.
You can turn right on red as long as no one, nobody walking or anything. You can't turn right.
But then there's Connecticut that you can't. Because I know up north, I think Massachusetts and Connecticut swap the defaults.
Yeah. Turn right on red.
New York City is different than New York State.
Yeah. The upper part, yeah. The rural part. I think the inner city is different from the rural part, yeah.
So making a left turn, search, evaluate. Okay? What are possible risks with the red card to make a left turn? What are possible risks and course of action? Listen, the blue or the red card. Either way you make a left turn, okay? The red card, they said, what he's gonna look out for is the motorcycle. The motorcycle's small, he can't see it. His eyes don't pick it up. He's gotta take his time to look around. He stops, not where the stop sign is, but where his front bumper doesn't enter the intersection. He can see traffic left and right. Where's his biggest risk and danger? It's to the right. But immediately, because the space is going to be to the left, the motorcycle. So he has to come and look to the left. He does not execute his turn. He doesn't start turning until the front bumper or front wheels get out to this middle yellow line. The reason is it allows him to see and verify that this risk and danger is taken care of. When people start to turn early, we call it cutting the corner. You've actually made this a blind spot. You're now open to getting hit from the side of the car. Your probability of getting hit from the side of the car goes up. So when you just change your position, drive the car straight out to the middle, you just reduce your possibility to low from getting hit. Just by where you put your position of the car. Okay? So, it says here, execute, yield, oncoming traffic. Search, check for signs, reacting to the left turn. Okay? Signal at least 100 feet away in advance, all minimum 100 feet away. If you can do it 500, go ahead. 500, go have at it. All right? Adjust your lane position. Again, position is going to communicate. Why? If you're in the middle, it tells you, I'm going straight. If you're hugging the right side, you're going to make a right turn. If you hug the left side, you're making a left turn. Your position is communicating. Okay? Reduce your speed ahead of time. Okay? You don't want to get in the back of the car? Slow down early. All right? Continue to search crosswalk, bike paths, path to travel, intended destination. Okay? You're going to begin to turn the wheel front tires at the center of the intersection. Turn the wheel counterclockwise or to the left. All right? Accelerate through the turn until the car is in line with your new path of travel. Stay in your lane. Complete the turn by reversing the process. Turn the wheel back to the right. Get the car straight. Turn off your signal. Boom. You're done. It looks like a laundry list of things to do, but it's actually just a 1, 2, 3 process. Simply put, 1, 2, 3 process. All right? Now, shared left turn lanes. Again, shared left turn lanes, the name tells you everything it's supposed to be about. All you do is make a left turn. You're not making a right turn. You're not traveling in it for any long period of any distance. You're not passing anybody. Its sole purpose is to turn left. So you get into this lane to turn left. Now, when you make the left turn out from the side street or from the gas station, you're supposed to get in the middle in the left shared left turn lane, get the car straight, and then merge over by using your head check to get over a lane. So they've given you space in the roadway to operate correctly, okay? On a multi-lane road, you're turning left, on and off of a highway, on and off of a street. That's the whole purpose of it. So you're checking oncoming traffic. You need to see who's coming. If you got to get in and somebody else gets in, you don't want head on. You want to go in, put your blinker on, and they go by you, then you go behind them. Look to see where they're going. Maybe on the right side, you didn't see the McDonald's there. Okay, go past McDonald's, you go to 7-Eleven. Simple as that. Don't block the driveway because now you both sitting here looking at the intersection at the McDonald's and she's like, I gotta get McDonald's, No. Okay, look around. So now signal, check your mirrors, left blind spot. Move to the shared left turn lane, proceed with clear. Do not drive in these lanes for long distances, and they're not used for passing. Boom. Okay? Now, parallel parking. When you go to parallel park, you're gonna search. You pull up, okay, to the car ahead of you. You look around, make sure you have enough room in space. So you come forward, you stop here, bumper to bumper, back bumper's even. You're gonna put your blinker on, check your mirrors. You're gonna back up, and then you get a 45-degree angle. You back into the space. They say when you see the center, you're right here. Okay? But then and you come in here, you evaluate, see what's going on here, and there you go. All right. So, parallel parking, you can find it in urban areas. You can find it in the city. Okay. Position your vehicle next to the car in front of the spot. Check your mirrors consistently throughout the process. All right. Shift and reverse. Turn your steering wheel to the right. Look over the right shoulder. Back up slowly. Back your left bumper. Align the middle of the behind the car. Continue to back up slowly. Straighten your wheel. All right. Here's the example. Up. Hey man. I was cutting the metal for the frame. And I had 5 minutes to go. I said, I'm gonna get cut. It was raining. I said, I'm gonna get inside. My back turned me. The carbide blade broke up in my hand. I didn't feel it vibrate. Blade broke up. Spliced right in there. I thought it was deep. So I had to stop. I had to go run to the hospital, put myself back at the hospital. Almost passed out, threw up all over myself to sleep. I was yeah. So they ended up doing all this stuff, give me 5 stitches. Now I was like, man. Now I was gonna come call you, but I didn't have the time to call you. I was like, I gotta go. Yeah. Yeah, dude, I was chilling. I was a little light project. I'll be fine. No. That thing took that carbide blade broke up. There it went. So, yeah, now I'm in here teaching. I got another hour to go.
I'll let you get back to it.
No, man. Hey, I'm here, man. I'll hit you up, man.
Make sure you was all right.
Yeah, I'll hit you when I get them. That was my neighbor checking on me, y'all. All right, Will, see you a little bit, man. Yeah, those will. So, parallel parking mistakes. You fail to signal, you hit anything, okay? Not getting close enough too close to the vehicle in front of you, hitting the curb as you are backing up, hitting the car in front of you or in back of you. Anytime you hit anything, that's a mistake, all right? Failing to check your mirrors. You don't look around. Mistake. If you don't look around, you're gonna hit something. See, it's all related. All right. And so here we go. Suburban driving. Suburban driving is gonna be a rinse and repeat of the first of city driving. Here we have more space. So understand. That's why I said last week. If you get the residential driving down, you're gonna be like a mock city driving. Once you get these two down, the rest of your driving becomes easier. It becomes simpler, I should say. Okay? So here's how. Suburban roads are larger roads, 3 to 4 lanes each direction. Speed limits are usually 30 to 55 miles an hour. They may contact smaller developments to larger ones, and businesses to residential areas. Okay? Larger, more complicated intersections. All right? So you only have significant traffic. Well, you do because you have more space. We have more space, more traffic traveling at a higher speed, okay? So when you look at these 3 intersections, here you got the congested traffic on the left. Right here, you see this picture here. It looks like 301, 197, all the roads we drive around in Bowie, okay? But then you look to the right. The picture on the right is the one we're going to discuss, and here's why. You have to understand where your risk and danger is. That building is your risk and danger. And it's going to be specific to the direction that you're traveling. So if you're going to be on the opposite side of traffic, making a left turn around that white building, you cannot see anybody traveling around this curve, around the back of this building coming up. They can't see you. So if that light is regulated by a light, and that light changes from green to yellow to red, red to yellow to green, and you jump this intersection, these 2 directions are going to be high probability, high possibility of having an accident. So if I'm in error of this intersection and I see these 2 happening, I'm not going nowhere. They're about to have an accident because they can't see each other. Do you see how I'm reading the road? Do you see how I'm getting my information? Cameron, you see how I'm getting my information? You got it, Cameron?
Yes.
All right. So now all of a sudden, now you understand why I'm telling you it gets simpler. All I do is look around. I look on and off the road. I look at my environment. I got that white building there. Oh, that don't look like them. Let me slow this up. This might be a problem. So now I watch people's behaviors. I see somebody speeding. I got somebody being careless. I just stay put. I don't care if the light's green or not. You can honk your horn if you want to. I'm not getting hit. Okay? So when you look at these pictures, notice why I spend more time looking at the one on the right with the white building than the rest. It's just, okay, I see it farther there, congestion, got traffic, okay, cool, stable position, got the light, boom, got it. Space, okay, just maintain space and don't be tailgating, boom, got it. This one, the flag is flying high. Okay, there you go. Now, yield signs. A yield sign is not a stop sign. I'm gonna get in my little soapbox here for a second, all right? It's not a stop sign. People do not do the yield signs correctly at all in life, okay? Majority of the time, most of your actions you will have be involved with a yield sign. People get there and want to stop sign, or people want to go like it doesn't exist, okay? And the thing about the yield sign is preparation, okay? It is all about preparation. Who here wants to fully admit that they got up today and did not check to see if they had clean clothes, and they just threw whatever clothes they had on, they just threw it on? Who wants to admit that today? I think most everybody here. Last night, you made sure you had some clean clothes in the drawer. You had your underwear, you had your socks, you had your sweatpants, your jeans, your uniform, whatever it is. You prepared ahead of time for today as far as what you're going to wear. Something routine. That's how you got to treat a yield sign. Because you got to get, where's my gap? I got to slow down ahead of time, put my blinker on, identify that I have a yield sign. When I see the yield sign, do I have an acceleration lane? That's a dedicated lane for me to accelerate. If I don't have one, the presence of that lane tells me how to use my eyes. Do I look first or second? So that's going to be dependent upon what I see. Once I identify that, who's in front of me, what they doing? If they get there and they doing one of these, give them space, slow it down. I already got information tells me they're crazy. Okay? So I'm slowing it down ahead of time. I'm making sure I manage my time and space. While I manage them, I'm looking to the left. I'm making sure I see a gap that I can go into. All it is about 100, 200 feet. So I look for the gap to be moving down. I look for traffic, see how fast traffic's going. I'm looking at my environment. I got my pedestrians, bicyclists. I got the signs. I got the light. I got all this information. Even before I get to the yield sign. Because once I get to the yield sign, I'm on the clock. 3 seconds, I'm gone. That's how you operate a yield sign. Now, part of this is operating knowing the right of way. There's an underlying default that tells you what to do, when to do it. And it's called the right of way. Okay? So you have to understand by default, the person in front of me who's just got the traffic, they got the right of way. Okay? Does everybody follow me so far?
Yes.
All right. Thank you for that response. All right, now, right of way. Okay? These are some examples. Okay? The driver arrives at the intersection before you. We understand that from a stop sign. But that's the default. That's a right-of-way rule. Okay? To a driver in an opposing traffic lane of making a left turn. Okay? Whenever you're opposite from each other. So there's the thing about stop signs. People always bring up turning. This only comes in handy when you're opposite somebody. If you're to the left or the right of me, it doesn't even play a part in my decision making. If I'm opposite Isaiah and he has his left turn signal on, I have the right of way because I'm going straight. If I'm turning and Isaiah's going straight, he has the right of way because he's going straight. The person turning has to give way to the person going straight. But that only applies when you're opposite somebody. Okay? When you are driving the right and both people get to the intersection at the same time, again, we know that from the stop sign. To a driver on a public road, if you're entering a highway from a driveway or private road. And I will tell you, that even can apply to when you have a busy, like you got 301 and Mount Oak Road. Mount Oak is going to dump into 301, a high-speed busy highway. Well, the highway has the right-of-way. Simple as that. I don't care what's going on. You got there doing 55 miles an hour. I'm doing 25. You got the right of way. So these are all the things that you're going to be understanding about the right of way rules. And this is part of your default conversation. These things are always true. So when something else happens, you fall back on, you're solving this right here. All right, now, rural areas. Trains, tractors, and deer. Okay? In the country, okay? In the country, you have space, all right? You have less regulations. You have less lights, probably less signs. You have more signs than lights out in the country, okay? You have many different vehicles, slower moving vehicles, tractors and farm equipment and trucks and all sorts of things, okay? So you also have less lighting. You have less. When I first moved to Bowie, it did not have all of these street lights. Now all of a sudden they get street lights up everywhere. You go to Davidsonville at night, pitch black. Okay? Difference country versus suburban or city. Okay? So you got trains, animals, curved roads with limited visibility, limited shoulder areas, higher speeds with no barriers. Okay? Trains. Again, this is a very simple conversation, y'all. Again, Wayman is 6'4", I'm 6'2". If I'm standing in front of Mia and she's 5'1", Mia, do you care what's happening? Mia just getting out of Wayman and I's way. Cause we bigger. Mia, does that sound about right? Come on, Mia.
Yeah, I'm sorry, my
Right?
thing cut off.
So Mia, does that have anything to do with we're male or female? Has anything to do with color? Does anything to do with your personal safety?
No, y'all are just taller.
So you understand as a 5'1" person, you're just like, look, all they have to do is lean on me, broken bones. So I'm just gonna make a way. This is just self-preservation, y'all. And this is what a train conversation is like. Why do you get on a railroad track and think that why? Does this make sense to anybody? So you look around and that's what you're gonna deal with, all right? Never go on the railroad gates. Not even if you think it's broken. Okay? Stay put, all right? Open your windows, listen for the train. Use all your senses before you make a decision, all right? And never stop on a railroad track, all right? Now, deer. You usually see them dusk to dawn. Peak season is from October to January. Most frequently found on the outskirts of town in heavily wooded areas. Deer almost never travel alone. So you see one, you see others. Listen, two things, y'all. Think about it. These are two things that people don't think about. Number one, in Bowie, we've got an upsurge of construction. Okay? They building houses like crazy. What's the problem with that? We got deer year round all of a sudden.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason is that what's happening is the deer are being misplaced by the construction. It forces them to go out somewhere else from an area that they usually travel. So now they're in other areas trying to rummage and do their thing, which puts them into a place where they usually don't go. Now, and they're also at a time of day that they're usually not there. I've seen deer in the middle of the day.
Me too. That's what I'm gonna say. I seen it up Marlboro during the daytime.
Oh yeah, middle of the day. Because they have nowhere to go to the construction. Hey, Ms. Loretta, Marlboro's going through the same sort of issue.
I know. I've been over there, and I have a friend. So yeah, they was out there in the daytime.
Yeah. So now you can't even just follow the simple rule. Oh, it's going to be between October. Nah, I see these suckers in June. My son and I were outside working on the car the other day, and I was helping him just do his radiator as he was changing it out. And big old deer, female, and her two babies from right across her front yard. It's the yard. I'm like, bruh, we ain't everybody deer flowing out here. Okay? So that is what we're dealing with. All right. Now, also, I used to work with a lady back in the day. She had a brand new Maxim. Hit a deer, a buck. I think it was a 160, 150 pound buck.
Mm-hmm.
The deer went into shock and was lodged in her windshield. The deer twitched and somebody grabbed her and got her out of her car. By the time that deer was done, there was $21,000 worth of damage to her car. Brand new car. She got it a week ago. So why am I telling you that story? Deer, animals, wild animals. One part of the defense is they go into shock, so you don't touch them. The deer their hooves will kill you. They will slice you up. Yeah. So now all of a sudden, she had $7,000 of damage just on the interior of the car from the deer kicking. Dashboard, seats, the whole nine. $7,000 just from that. Then she had the impact of the deer from the front end. Took out, that was another 7 to 10. Then she had the windshield, and because the deer was moving, it crumpled up the roof, and she had more damage from that. So she had a total of $21,000 on this brand new Maxima from a deer. So slow down, especially during dusk and dawn. That's when they're most active. It does hold true. The most active around this time of day. Okay? Look for the shining lights. Look for the marble. Jose, look for yellow marbles. Okay? Use your high beams whenever the road is free of oncoming traffic. Deer can become mesmerized by steady, bright lights. If you see one on the road, slow down and flash your lights. Now, don't just flash it one time and like you did something. You gotta keep flashing them suckers. It's the alternating light that gets their attention and helps them to move. And deer whistles and the stuff, they nice. They don't guarantee for them to work. Okay. Pay close attention to the warning signs indicating deer. If you're on a multi-lane road, drive in the center lane to give as much space to the grazing deer as possible. So when you're coming down Church Road, you want to lean to the left side of the road during this time. Why? On the edge, you got deer, raccoons, possums. All the nocturnal animals are coming out. Okay? So all that's going on. Encountering a deer, never swerve. Why? Deers like squirrels. Deer think they're like a squirrel. They just nice and small and agile like a squirrel. They want to bob and weave. I used to play basketball when my kid when I was smaller. I told my son, why are you doing this bob and weaving? Where are you going? My wingspan is about almost 10, 12 feet. Where are you going? Bob and weaving. I just stay put. Open my hands up. You're not going anywhere. So you don't swerve. Okay? You just slow down, pressure brake, gradually slow down, get to a nice slow, steady speed. If you have to, you stop. They say here, those deer whistles, don't rely on the gadgets. Call 911, okay? Never touch an animal that's in the roadway. Report the incident to your insurance company, all right? And so we got here, rule winding narrow roads. Let's take a 10-minute break. We'll come back at 8:25.